Good afternoon, West Coast. Good evening, East Coast. Welcome back to the CDC Tour. It is day one of the championship finals. We are here in Woodland Hills, California, and it is time for our fifth match of the day. So without any further ado, allow me to introduce to you our number 16th seed. He hails from Croydon, Pennsylvania. Please welcome Jim Newman. And your number one seed, hailing from Fairborn, Ohio. Please welcome the Eagle, Larry Butler. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the CDC Tour Finals, day one of the championship towards the Continental Cup. We've got one heck of a matchup here. It may be the number 1 versus number 16 seed, but my goodness, it is Larry Butler and Jim Newman. Newman's been throwing some of the best darts he's been throwing a long time, and Larry, of course, has been dominating the tour all season. I am joined by one of the greats, Stacy Bromberg. Stacy, how are you?
Hi, Colin. How you doing?
All right, gentlemen, this is a round of 16 match. Best of 13. We'll take a short break after the sixth leg. First leg, it's Larry to
you know
throw
Larry
first.
intimately. You guys have played as partners before.
Oh, yeah.
What would you expect out of this match?
I expect a lot of high scoring and some big checkouts. I mean, like I said, there you have it.
And we open with a ton 80. A day that has been relatively quiet, ton 80-wise. We had a couple before, a great match between Chris Lim and Gary Mawson. Mawson getting the win. But Larry opening up with a ton 80. You've played with him as a partner, so you can tell me what it's like to have him as a presence at the line.
Oh, he is the easiest partner in the world. He'll pick up anything you leave him, take care of it.
Well,
I remember seeing Jim Newman. I haven't seen him in a few years. Then he played up at Canada and shot a hell of a bunch of good matches to win the Friday night event in Kingston.
Yeah, no, he's again, Jim's been throwing some phenomenal darts, the pride and joy of Croydon, Pennsylvania, and the greater Philadelphia area. And, of
100.
course, Larry Butler, if you know darts at all, you already know the resume. And
the Bald Eagle.
The Bald Eagle, indeed. He makes it seem so stress-free. Newman going for a ton 80 here, and he pulls it out. We have two ton 80s in the first leg
Larry, you
alone,
require 160.
which, again, it's been a day that's been fairly devoid.
And I predicted it. Now I'm predicting big outs, so let's see what we can do. Oh, okay.
He was going for it.
Absolutely.
There you go. 84. It's still admirable. 77 remaining for
You
Larry.
require 167.
Newman with a ton 67. That is an out.
Second largest out.
And, oh, there he is. We lost him for a second.
Check his out chart.
Thought it was, yeah, because he needs to do that.
Right.
Oh, that one got away from him. Such an unorthodox style of throwing, but so effective. There are a few people like that.
Larry's throw is a bit unorthodox when you look at his entire style, his body, and everything.
But he's got just such a nonchalant, he's got a very stern look on his face. Double bull, and he gets it. That is our first double bull checkout of the day. Larry Butler takes leg one, and we were just getting warmed up, Stacy. We didn't even get a chance to get to know each other, we've known each other for years now.
I was going to say, how you doing, Colin? It's great.
Good to see you, yeah.
Glad to be here.
When did we get here?
Am I here?
We don't know where we are now.
That's got to get into Jim's head a little bit, taking a bull out on the first game, opening with a 180.
And
that's definitely communicating that he is definitely here for business.
And Larry's shooting a 100 average, which he's maintaining right now, keeping that alive with a ton open. I was saying Larry looks so calm and relaxed. I was talking to Sharon before. She said, Colin, you've put on some gray hairs. I'm like, because I'm not Larry Butler at the line, Sharon. What do you want from me? There's only so much I can do.
There you go.
But at least I still have my hair. No, there's been a lot of hair conversations today, but now it's actually all about the darts. And Larry Butler with his first errant dart right there. And second errant dart, he comes away with a 26, commonly known as breakfast. That was just an unlucky
shot by Larry.
But I'm sure he'll recover after all. He's Larry Butler. He did finish first overall with 88 points, attended all 8 events, 24-4 match win-loss, and an 88 average throughout the tour.
That's just incredible.
Yeah, those are phenomenal darts. Anywhere around the world, those are phenomenal darts.
Oh, considering the caliber of the players he's playing against to obtain those stats.
Yes, and we got to hand it to him. He's setting the bar so that other players are going to have to step up their game. Newman with an errant dart there on that first one. And the third one as well.
A little bit of lack of concentration in that turn, I think.
Yeah, there may be a little bit of nerves right here.
It's early in a long match, so...
That's true. It is a race to 7.
They got to go in there knowing that it's long format, and 81. A game or two is still warm-up.
Absolutely, and we've seen some incredible comebacks. For instance, Jesse Rivera. His comeback was incredible against John Part.
He made John go for 3 match finishes, and John just didn't have it at that particular time.
Nope. He hunkered down when needed to, and he pulled it away. But we've seen some really tremendous darts and some up-and-coming talent as well, Jesse Rivera being one of them.
I'm actually meeting a couple of new players here that are just incredible. There's some new blood out there, and I'm really enjoying it.
Well, Newman, who had been...
Newman's been around for a long time, though.
Oh, absolutely.
You require 100.
Newman had been he'd been shooting upstairs and then downstairs. He stayed upstairs for a while there, dropped back down. So maybe he's just trying to find his rhythm while Larry
80.
Tried to get the win there with a double 10. Did not get it. Newman needs to get the perfect out to notch this at 1. Not going to get it with a single 20 there. Single 5.
145 left.
Goes right
45.
back at it. So 125 for Newman, double 10 for Larry to take a 2-0 lead. And there he goes.
With that nonchalant throw, like he doesn't care. Absolutely. I need 20. I think I'll do a double 10.
Third leg. It's Larry to
and
throw
to keep
first.
Notes, in honor of Sharon and her comment about my hair, I'm using a silver marker. So that's.
Can I put a mustache on you?
No, that's Larry.
Larry's got a mustache.
That's exactly it. So I mean, I wish I could throw like him. I don't.
I wish I could throw like Larry. He's one of the best partners I've ever had. I mean, in my lifetime, the best partner I ever played with is Paul Lim, and then Larry's right there.
Yeah.
So, and I was honored to play with both of them. It was just great experiences, and I learned so much from both of them.
Yeah.
99.
Right, Larry with the 99 there, leaving himself 359. Newman 406, trying to get his rhythm going. That first start, he's had a couple of yips.
He's looking like he's not comfortable at the line. He's got to find that spot.
81.
All right.
Because your first start, when you're going to a completely empty board, that's the one you got to hit.
Yeah, absolutely. And that one was.
Well, Larry's following his suit now with a 1, a 20, 40 points scored. Yeah.
And this is how quickly an average can drop from 100 down to 86.
Or
and
90
Newman,
down to 68.
Yeah, Newman is shooting 90 to 68.
100.
Ton for Newman. Now we're cutting over to Larry at the Aki. There's a trip 20. That's just outside.
137.
Beautiful darts.
182. Good leave, Larry.
Beautiful darts. Newman.
It's still that first errant dart you're talking about.
Yeah, he's having a little trouble with the ones. Drops back downstairs.
And he's hitting the small one. I think at some point you might want to come up and just pound the 57 for a turn or two and just get some feeling on the board.
You know, you literally just took the words right out of my mouth. I was about to say, at what point do you drop?
150.
As a player, you should know.
That's a ton 50 right there. 32 left for Butler. That is true professional.
Well, a 180 sets Jim up in triple five.
Right out.
That was a bad kiss from his first dart.
Yeah.
135
for Newman.
Larry, you require
Great
36.
job
Hoping that
squeezing that third one in.
Hoping that Larry does not. That's a good marker for Larry.
Game shot in the third leg. Larry Butler.
Just like that. Not even 10 minutes into the match, and
Fourth
Larry
leg.
Butler
It's
has
Jim
a
to throw first.
3-leg
Game
lead.
on.
Not the prettiest one right there. He knows it. It's a little bit of a sigh. Newman going right back at the 20. Didn't fall into 1, so that's a step in the right direction for him. He needs the starts to come alive
60.
now. Not now, but right now.
That turn was great for Jim to just stack his darts into that 60 and just missed it by an nth.
Yep.
Jim is definitely one of the smoothest lefties I've seen.
100.
There's 100 by Larry.
Yep. A nice ton. Yeah, he's a southpaw with... It's almost like his darts come in like a ninja star. It's a Chinese throwing stars. It's unbelievable. 41 there for Newman. Larry at the Aki 401.
Just below, a little bit errant there in the 5.
85.
Made it into an 85. That was a good third dart catch.
Yeah, good third.
Cover dart.
Yes, exactly. And now Newman.
I'm really happy to see Jim here. I've watched him play for years and years, and he's done nothing but get better.
Yeah.
41.
That's a tough turn at 41, but
Great shot, great guy.
great stroke.
Yeah.
Just see how the darts fall.
Oh,
95.
Narrowly misses a ton 40. Instead comes away the 95, which I'm sure he'll be okay with, but not satisfied. Newman's dropping downstairs, comes back up.
There's
in
that
that
errant
one.
into the 1.
35.
A little bit overcorrection there into the trip 5, but I think Jim has a good game plan going. He's going to move around a little bit, but he doesn't want to get too jumpy. You know, you start losing your concentration when you're picking different targets every dart.
Absolutely. You've got to
60.
find some continuity with your stroke. As
And the focus can be so powerful that you don't want to change targets.
absolutely right. Newman drops back down.
There you go.
Finally finds
57.
that trip 19.
96.
96.
Yep.
Larry, you require
Not the
161.
worst round, but Larry has a shot at and out here. Trip 20, trip 17, double bolt.
Trip
There's
20's
the
got
first
it.
one.
Oh,
Second,
double
double
bolt.
bolt.
Oh,
That one.
33 left.
115.
Little bit low into the 17. But
Should've
a
slowed it
great
down a
shot,
little
Larry.
bit.
Yeah, he pressed a little bit on that third dart. Here's Jim looking to leave 48 for himself. Oh,
140.
Nice ton 40 though.
Beautiful
Admirable.
darts.
Larry, you
Larry does
require
not
42.
take this.
I'm kind of thinking Larry's going to take this.
I feel like mathematically that's inaccurate though. He had a 68. He had a 128. It should be 43. Or I'm sorry, it should be 33 left.
It was 128. You're correct.
Yeah, it should be 128 scored from... Oh, look at the correction there. 1028, 33, yes.
You had that exactly right.
So, you know, I should probably just go into being a mathematologist instead of a
I was thinking you're going to become a
broadcaster.
tablet for
I
Dart
could become a
Connect.
tablet. That's what I'm going to dress up as for Halloween.
There you go.
I've got a month to figure out that
I'll
getup.
punch your buttons.
Thank you. Nothing but ton 80s.
Okay, or bullseyes. Sorry, you're leaving yourself wide open.
I'm hoping that's a belly button. All right, here we go.
Yeah, we're gonna aim, and I'm going to aim high.
You are correct.
Larry Butler at the line.
Okay.
Now that Stacy's got me blushing, Larry Butler
At 33.
33. My girlfriend's probably saying, "What is
Looking to
going
leave
on
0.
there?" Double 16 for Larry. He's had no problem with it before. A little problem there.
He
Delay.
loves that out. Oh, surprising. Larry loves 32. I know that.
Yes, he does.
Jim,
Now
you require
Newman.
88.
88 remaining.
And
28.
28.
A little bit outside.
75.
Oh, just
the
inside.
last thing you want to do.
Just inside.
I think the two of the hardest numbers to have a double out at are 14 and 10.
I think 10's pretty easy. Double
Larry
4 for
Butler.
Larry to finish that game.
Well,
I like
here's the
double
thing,
10
though, with
because
10.
I'm looking at
Larry
double
to throw
5, which is
first.
right next to
Game
double
on.
20, which is...
Oh no, but I'm saying if you've got 10 left, if you miss that first dart and
yeah.
you're just outside, inevitably you're going to overcompensate one way or another. It happens. We were having a conversation. James Kinney and I were talking about this. How you'll end up overcompensating and
39.
inevitably fall into the single 5. Whereas the double 7, if you're just a little high, you're going to hit the 7. Then it's just
3
it's a
double
mess.
2 or just
22.
Yeah. But that's my personal opinion, and I've been talking about this today with all the guys who've joined me in the booth today.
Here we go, another 180 from Larry on the way.
Oh,
135.
There we go. Still $135 for Larry. But I was saying the traditional style of outs, the out chart strategy, if you will, it's kind of fallen by the wayside with the
Absolutely.
up-and-comers. Now it's a matter of preference with per shooter.
And sometimes I think the preference is just absolutely silly. For instance, on 68, when people insist on going trip 16, I've seen too often they go trip 16, single 10, single 5.
140.
You just left your partner at 5,
Yeah.
Or yourself.
Exactly. All right, well, Larry with another ton 40, leaving him 187. Newman 409 drops down
59.
Newman's I think struggling right now to overcome his own little bits of lack of concentration moments. I could say.
I feel like the darts just aren't flying the way he wants them to.
97.
97 there for Larry. Newman 350. Could use a huge 1080 right here.
Oh,
And
there's
a shot at
120.
it.
Come on.
And he
Nice
gets
shot,
it.
Jim.
180.
There's our third 1080 of
Larry required
the
90.
To
leg,
set up
or the match,
170,
rather.
no less.
Oh, wow. Larry.
Oh, Larry. Oh,
Now it's double 10.
Larry had
Newman.
a beautiful
Jim, you
double
require
bowl to set up 40, and
170.
then unfortunately left 20. Newman's got 170 looking at him.
Newman's he had a shot at an out. Of course, the perfect out, but unable to get it.
82.
Larry Butler, 3 darts at the double
Larry
10.
required 20.
And he
First
gets it.
start.
Game shot
Nice
in
start.
the
First
fifth
start,
leg.
Larry,
Larry
with a
Butler.
commanding 5
5-0
legs.
lead.
Sixth
Wow.
And he just
It's Jim
needs
to throw
7.
first.
He
And
needs
we've
to
been
win.
in here, what,
Game
10 or
on.
15 minutes?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. It's consistent darts. And excuse me, if I were a betting man, which
Oh, look, the
occasionally
same
I
errant
am.
dart
Yep,
from
and
Jim.
it's always the one. If I were a betting man, based on the darts I've seen today,
41.
I'd say Danny Lauby and Larry Butler have been so consistent with their shooting. I would not be surprised to see them square off.
That'd be a hell of a match.
But it starts.
58.
Tomorrow's a whole other day. You know,
Oh, yeah.
No idea where it's going to lead them.
I love seeing Danny Lobby here. I watched him grow up. In fact, I
Heck
got
of a
pulled
shot.
aside in immigration in England with him. I didn't realize you needed a note from his parents because he was 16 to travel.
Oh, wow.
Until we were there and they told me.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, we kind of had a kick out of it.
42.
All right. Well,
Okay, well, this is still a close enough game, but the averages are not all that great. We're looking at Newman's throwing at 377 with Larry sitting on 401.
and Newman's got 75 on the match to Larry's
96.
86.
That's a huge difference.
Yes, absolutely. All right.
When is 10 points the size of an ocean?
And the line of the day, Stacy Bromberg, ladies and gentlemen.
There you go.
That is that's better than any of the cliches I've dropped. I'll tell you that right now.
I just make them up as I go along.
That's perfect. Newman needs to get back into that triple. Finds
There
it
he
here on the
goes.
Third dart.
If you can just remember the feel of that third dart, just go up there and first dart in.
Yep.
Jim would have a whole new turn going. And Larry's hitting them right and left. by the 140.
140.
Yep. Huge darts for Larry.
Still close, though. 201, 196 with Newman throwing at 196.
Yep. Oh,
Oh,
he's
so
nearly
close,
missing.
so
Yeah,
close.
That's tough. Especially since he was knocking on that trip 19. His stroke seems to be coming together a little bit better, but it may be too little too late the way Larry's throwing.
With a 5-0 lead on a race to
134.
It can be done, but and Jim can do it.
Jim, you require 138.
It's going to be I mean, Larry doesn't roll over. There you go. 57.76 for Jim.
62 remaining.
Trip 10.
86.
Okay, 52. He's got a good leg. Now Larry's shooting at 67. Let's see if Newman gets a shot at his 52.
Larry's going. Whoa, that one got away from him.
61.
So he's going to go that 11 and that double bull. He's done it before.
Oh, so close.
Just missed it. 25 remaining.
Jim, you require
Newman
52.
at the line with a chance to finally get a leg off of Larry. Goes 12 double top. Just outside.
Right above
That's got to be so frustrating for him. Oh.
Yeah, that's the overcompensation you were talking about right there.
25.
32. Excuse me, Larry. 25 remaining.
Now 16.
9, double 8. And
Just
he
like
gets
that.
Shot in the 6th leg.
Larry.
Larry
He's late for an appointment or something.
Larry Butler has to go somewhere, apparently. But as are the rules, we are going to take a brief break, as we do after 6 legs, no matter the score. But Larry Butler, in the driver's seat for sure, up 6 legs to none on Newman. We'll be back in just a moment for the conclusion of this match. Can Newman mount the comeback of the century? We'll find out. Stay tuned. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the CDC 2016 Tour Championship Day 1. Colin Cosell, joined by Stacy Bromberg. And Stacy, we are witnessing a bit of a shellacking here by Larry Butler. Larry up 6 legs to none on Jim Newman. Now, these two played against each other in the event number 8, the top 32. And Larry and Newman actually had a very tight match there. It was 5-4 Larry. Larry shot an 83.2 to Newman's 77.9, but Newman shooting a 73, which would be paltry by his standards. I mean, no offense to him, but we would expect a little bit more from him, especially
Oh, he just
last time he
threw a
played.
180.
And then he opens with a ton 80, but that'll help the average a little bit. But excuse me, yeah, it was just I don't know. Not what we expected out of this match. And Larry's just been in cruise control. Now Newman, representing the greater Philadelphia area, so far 4 perfect darts. Whoop, and it dropped down there.
101.
And we had an event which I had a blast at, the CDC Tour Stop in Philly, and we want to thank all of our friends at the Columbia Social Club. Whoa, ton 40 from Larry there. But yeah, our friends at the Columbia Social Club took great care of us. They put up just a fantastic venue, and we had a great time. It was a wonderful weekend, and we cannot thank them enough.
Philly's an incredible dart city, like no other.
Absolutely. Of course, you say that, and our friends in New York are playing the Ryder Cup, Europe versus U.S., some of the best shooters in New York City. But I won't tell them you said that. They're focusing on their match right now anyway.
Exactly, they didn't hear me.
Last I checked.
Newman shooting at a 160 out, right there. 140, 80 left.
All right. Oh, that errant dart that keeps
I'm not sure if that one hit one of his first or second darts and deflected in.
It looked like it, the way it landed. Larry 70 left. Whoa, 41. He wanted that trip
right
18.
Next to that trip 18.
So he comes away the 41-67 remaining. Newman with a shot to get his first leg. 60. There's a whoa.
Didn't want to bust it. Overcompensated a little bit on that second dart, falling into the double 20.
67.
All right, Larry.
67 left.
He's got myriad ways to get out when he's Larry Butler. 51. Well, that gives him 16.
This could
it's
be
not what he wanted, but it kind of threw him off. But he And there it is. Larry Butler
shot.
pulls it
And
out
the match,
in record
Larry
time.
Butler.
7-0 over Jim Newman. Newman, representing Philadelphia, Croydon, Pennsylvania to be precise. He was the CDC North American Shootout Champion, but his CDC tour comes to a close at the hands of Larry the Eagle Butler, obviously the 94 PDC World Match Play Champion, and he was the 2016 CDC Tour Points Champ. He moves on, and he will also be moving on to an interview with our staff in just a couple of moments, and we will be back with our next match, which will feature David Fathom and Jeff Miller. But in the meantime, taking a look at Larry, an 84 average to Newman's 76, and the numbers speak for themselves. Larry led the CDC, and he comes away with the victory, 7-0. Stay tuned. We will have the post-game interview with Larry the Eagle Butler. Stacy, an absolute pleasure. Thank you for joining me in the booth.
You will have me again tomorrow?
I look forward to it.
So
we'll do it again.
That's a good thing to hear.
Same bad time, same bad channel.
Absolutely.
All right, guys, stay tuned. Interviews coming up. CDC Tour Championship.
Welcome back to the Dirty Bull in Woodland Hills, California. I'm here. I almost forgot that for a second. You know, we've only been here all day. I'm here with the number 1 seed, Larry Butler. Larry, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Peter.
Wonderful.
How are you doing?
Good. Yeah, I'm doing fantastic. You're the one we're here to talk to, though. You just came through your first match of the day.
I did. It was easier than it should have been. Jimmy missed a few darts at double, and you know he likes me. I can tell.
Well, and I think he was saying that as we went in, that
right.
he did. Talk to me a little bit. When, you know, you're coming out, you're warming up, you win the bull, which obviously is the goal to start the match, right? You open up with a 180. Yeah, that's you can't open a match any better than that. At what point of this match did you feel, hey, I'm in my groove? I don't know if you let off at all, but what point did you feel, hey, I got this, I'm in my groove?
Well, I actually never felt that. I'm hoping to feel that tomorrow. I never really felt that comfortable today. But you know, the doubles were going in, and that made a big difference.
Yeah, and the averages, you not. I know that not what you had planned. You had said you wanted to be above 95, but you know, averages 84.2 to Jim 76.3. You know, you responded well to pressure late in matches. There were a couple of legs where you were up and it looked like you were comfortable and cruising, and then he would hit a really big shot. I think he had 3 180s, and of those, I think 2 were to put pressure on you at the finish. How do you respond? You know, in that point, do you when you're standing at the line, you feel you've got 6 or possibly even 9, and all of a sudden, boom, you have to hit it. What's going through your head?
In all honesty, the way I remember it was that he did put pressure on me, and I did miss my outshot, and then he missed again, and then I took it out. So I don't think I responded to the pressure that well, but hopefully I'll get better at that.
Fair enough. You flew out to California. You've been here a few days now. You've been hanging out with your friends. I got to ask you this, since I was on an airplane yesterday. Talk to me about the Vin Scully game at Dodger Stadium.
Was that
awesome. Memorable?
Yeah, it was incredible. We were driving back from Laughlin, decided to go to the Dodgers game. David Miller, got us some tickets, and we showed up. They were awesome tickets. They were, you know, second level up, right between the first base and the home plate, and it just happened. We're looking right at Kevin Costner doing the Vin Scully commemorative, and it felt like I've been to a lot of ball games, Fenway Park, you know, Yankee Stadium. I've been to a lot of them. I've seen a lot of commemorative events happen. That was the most extravagant and, to me, the most special commemorative event I've ever been to for any player or baseball personality of any kind.
Yeah, I think I would have been in tears had I been there. Vince Scully's always been, growing up a baseball fan, Vince Scully's always been a role model of mine, somebody I've admired. Back to the game of darts. So you got the first one under your belt. You're rolling through to tomorrow. You're into the final 8. What are you going to do tonight to prepare for that?
Have a nice meal, relax, take my mind off darts, and then come back and attack it tomorrow.
Are you buying?
Probably.
Wonderful. Where are we going?
Where's
Chris?
We haven't actually decided that, but
Well, let me know, because I'm never
you're-
one to turn down a free meal that I just begged you for.
you got it.
Wonderful.
You got it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Larry Butler. Larry Butler advances the 1 seed. Thank you guys at home for watching. Again, we'll be right back with you. Top of the hour, we've got our next match up. Next match is the 5 seed David Fathom versus the 12 seed Jeff Miller. That promises to be a great match. Until then, for Larry Butler, I'm Peter Cetera. We'll see you in a few minutes. Take care.
It's actually a couple of good matches.
Number 4, Jeff Miller and Jason Wilbur.